A look into the investigation of the first missile strike to a NATO country since the start of the Ukraine conflict.
And in sports, the Ohio Bobcats may get 6 wins in a row. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening, I'm Brenna Nye.
And I'm Taylor Mondragon. Welcome to Newswatch, your source for news impacting southeastern Ohio. West Virginia Congressman Alex Mooney is running for U.S. Senate.
The Republican lawmaker is hoping to win the seat currently held by Democrat Joe Manchin. Mooney secured his re-election to the U.S. House last week, winning 66% of the votes in the 2nd District. Mooney has been representing West Virginia's 2nd District since 2015. Senator Manchin has not yet announced if he plans to run for his 4th Senate term. In a statement by Mooney's campaign, Mooney calls the senator President Biden's, quote, chief enabler. A new Ohio House bill looks to raise the penalty for fake 911 calls after schools across the state experience swatting pranks. The new bill, if passed, would increase penalties for people who call 911 reporting a fake emergency, or commonly known as swatting. The bill would make swatting a 3rd-degree felony and a first-degree felony if someone gets hurt. Nikki Klum with the Office of the Ohio Public Defender says current state laws already prevent swatting, such as laws against inducing panic and making a false alarm. Klum says an additional law against swatting can allow prosecutors to pile up charges to make a plea deal more enticing.
The city of Zanesville has a new chief of police. Captain Scott Comstock was promoted to fill the position vacated by Tony Corey. The new chief says he recognizes there will be challenges ahead, but says he has built strong connections with law enforcement throughout the state to share information and strategies. Comstock has been with the department since 2002. A former teacher in Lawrence County could spend up to 3 years in prison after being convicted of charges of voyeurism and tampering with evidence. The defendant, Russell Rusty Webb, was a teacher and coach at Symes Valley High School. Webb filmed a juvenile while they changed in his office. And then, when caught, Webb promptly destroyed the evidence. Webb was found guilty after a 2-day trial, and sentencing is set for December 6th.
Vinton County Emergency Medical Services is asking the County Commission for a pay increase for EMS employees. Currently, base pay is $10.50 per hour for an EMT, $11.50 per hour for advanced EMT, and $13.50 per hour for a paramedic. Director Ronnie McQuirt says EMS workers are seeking jobs in neighboring counties that pay more. County Commission President Tim Eberts says the Commission will consider a pay raise when reviewing their annual budget. The West Virginia Bureau for Medical Services announced a 10% increase in ambulance ground transportation rates. That will provide more than 200 ambulance providers with $11.8 million in additional reimbursement each fiscal year. This increase is effective today and retroactively beginning this summer. Ambulance rates will be the same rate as Medicare. West Virginia Department of Health and Human Services Cabinet Secretary Bill J. Crouch says this money is crucial to our local ambulance services, many being in rural areas where healthcare is limited. Crouch says he's grateful for emergency medical service workers, especially in the last 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic, saying, quote, I am proud to make this announcement today because I know how much it will mean for all our EMS workers and all West Virginians who rely on them to respond when they're needed most, end quote. Winter Weather Awareness Week continues in Ohio and West Virginia. Newswatch forecaster Jacob Van Cleve tells us how you can stay safe this winter while driving.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Brenna. Agencies across the state are spreading awareness on how to stay safe this winter. We spoke to State Highway Patrol Officer Sergeant Timothy Cunningham about how to stay safe on the roads. Cunningham says it's important to check your vehicle before driving. He suggests checking the grip strength of your tires in case you come in contact with any ice or slush. Cunningham also says before you drive, check your wipers, and if winter weather is approaching, pick your wipers up and avoid them from being covered by ice. Once on the road, Cunningham says keep a close eye on what's in front of you and drive within your limits.
The big thing for me is just not driving beyond your abilities. We're not all dirt track drivers or NASCAR drivers. I'm a grandma when I drive around because I want to be able to make it to scenes. I want to be able to make it to people that needs help. And just because you're in a big SUV or a big truck doesn't mean that you're able to stay on the roadway.
So guys, just with Winter Weather Awareness Week being this week, and talking about safety on the road when you're traveling during winter travel, I brought actually a good little kit for us to kind of explain and show to the viewers what's important in here and why you guys should have it in your car. So the first thing I actually want to start is, this is a little travel box. What's really neat about it is it carries and holds everything you may need in it in your car while you're traveling. And it also has Velcro at the bottom, so it sticks to the bottom of your car. So if you were shimming or sliding around on the road, it won't move, so you won't have things thrown around doing any damage in your trunk. So that's the great first part. Now, the important thing I'd like to mention is to have a first aid kit in your car. So the first aid kit is important because, you can have anything as in medicine, you'll have bandages, stuff like that. So it is important to have that in your car just for safety reasons. Now, a cool thing that I like to mention that I brought in is if you were to get stuck in your car and you need to get out in safety, this is a window breaker. So window breaker is very important because you can, this is a multifunction one. It's also a pen too, but it lets you get out of your car in a pinch, and there's also a cutting feature to cut the seatbelt to get you out of that if you were stuck in there. Now, if you're stuck on the road and you need to change your tire, it's important to have a car jack. So I brought one of those with me. Also, more important with that is that, yeah, you may have that jack, but you need to make sure you have your tire so that those tire, you check your tire pressure. So it's also important to have something like that too. The last thing I want to mention that's very important is a little jump kit. This is actually a battery bank, so I can charge my phone, but I can also jump my car with this if needed. So that's all I actually brought for the little segment today. It's important to carry things like this in your car, so just be weather aware when you are traveling on the road. Now, weather itself, we did notice that we have a little bit of snow here in Athens, and today your high was a high of 40 degrees and a low of 28 degrees. There was a snow shower possible. Now, do expect those to now kind of go away throughout the night. We won't have much accumulation itself, which is a good thing, but do keep in mind we're in winter weather week, and winter weather is actually approaching us now. Now I'm showing this little map here because it's important to see that there is a system going on. Now that system is going to bring us cooler temperatures as we move on later in the week, and here's actually Athens currently. That's all I have for first weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
A new meal subscription service aims to make healthy eating a little easier. Newswatch reporter Ava Christiansen has more on the new program from Eat Healthy Appalachia.
Full of various fresh products are being packed right now. But what is all of this food for? Live Healthy at Home is a new plant-based meal plan created by the non-profit organization Live Healthy Appalachia. And today's meal is?
Sweet potato and black bean burritos. So it has sweet potatoes, black beans, but it's also full of other vegetables like onions, lettuce, cilantro, and then spices like chili powder, cumin, and cayenne.
Members of the program get a food kit every month, including fresh products, of which at least one is from local farmers.
That is a challenge to do that, just because all farmers grow different things at various times of the year.
The NGO describes the program as a social enterprise designed to strengthen local production and increase access to healthy food for people in Appalachia. Each food kit serves about 4 to 6 people depending on the dish. Recipes are put together from seasonal products and tested by the team in advance. Each meal kit includes the exact amount of ingredients needed to make sure no food gets wasted.
We do a lot of the work for you, so we put in all the spices in containers and we label them. The one thing that you do have to do is you actually have to do some work and dice your vegetables at home, just because we want to see you learn and be educated from our meal kits.
A 3-month membership of Live Healthy at Home costs $75. However, the future goal of the program is to partner up with employers who will either provide the kits for their employees or share the costs with them. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Eva Christiansen.
The Athens-based NGO aims to educate about nutrition and physical activity, as well as making plant-based foods accessible in Appalachia. However, the meal plan is also a great opportunity to discover new, creative vegan dishes. Answers to questions surrounding the Poland missile hit. And President Biden's response to the blast killing 2. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Zero and infinity. Mind-bending ideas. Discover how these concepts revolutionized mathematics.
The simplest ideas end up the most influential, the most profound.
Whoa! It's the story of nothing.
Who knew you could learn so much from pizza?
And everything.
It's all one big principle.
Zero to infinity on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Ever wondered what happened to Roadshow's favorite treasures after our cameras left town?
I had no idea that it could be worth anything like that.
Thank you!
It shocked all of us.
I just, to this day, I can't really comprehend that much money for a screen.
When we first saw you, my heart started going like this.
Sold.
Find out in Antiques Roadshow's 500th episode special, Extraordinary Finds.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
Very, very cool.
On Finding Your Roots, Regina King.
Pain is inherited, as well as joy.
And Damon Lindelof.
My identity as an American is ever evolving.
Old family wounds.
Do you think trauma like that is passed down?
Felt for generations.
Where we came from is an essential part of solving life's mystery.
I don't know what I expected. This is pretty fantastic.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
The Gridiron Glory season finale is upon us. This Friday, a full hour of the very best that Southeast Ohio has to offer. We'll name the top 50 players from our coverage to our all-GG team. Plus, the regional finals kick off with battles for Ironton and Bloom Carroll. And of course, we'll announce our pick for Coach of the Year and this year's GG Player of the Year. You won't want to miss a beat, so tune in at 11:30 p.m. for the hour-long extravaganza. And remember, there's nothing better than Friday nights and Gridiron Glory.
A missile that caused an explosion in Poland yesterday likely originated in Ukraine, according to initial assessments by the U.S.
The incident marks the first time a NATO member country was directly hit in the almost 9-month conflict in Ukraine. Corinne Kafa is in Washington with the latest.
World leaders calling for calm as investigations into the explosion that killed 2 people in eastern Poland near the Ukrainian border Tuesday get underway.
We have no indication that this was the result of a deliberate attack.
Initial assessments by the U.S. indicate the Russian-made missile likely originated in Ukraine, according to 2 officials. The Poland blast came amid an intense barrage of Russian air attacks across Ukraine, following Ukraine's recent battlefield success. A U.S. official tells CNN the Ukrainian military said it attempted to intercept a Russian missile near that location in the same time frame, but it's unclear if that missile was the one that struck Poland. The Polish president said the blast was likely an accident, and NATO Secretary General added Ukraine is not at fault.
Russia bears ultimate responsibility as it continues its illegal war against Ukraine.
The missile stoked fear of a Russian attack on NATO member Poland, anxiety that has momentarily assuaged but underscores the situation's gravity.
The longer this war goes on, we will continue to be exposed to risks like this.
NATO allies resolving to bring an end to Russia's war.
Neither sheer force nor sham annexation attempts can defeat the determination of the Ukrainian people to live in a free and sovereign country.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
President Joe Biden says the missile that killed 2 people in Poland likely did not come from Russia. Speaking from Bali, where an emergency meeting among G7 and NATO nation leaders took place following the explosion, Biden says rumors the missile was fired from Russia are probably wrong.
There is preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say that till we completely investigate, but it is. It's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia, but we'll see. We'll see.
Biden says meeting participants have agreed to support Poland's investigation into the explosion. Record high inflation is showing signs of peaking. How this could affect your wallet this holiday season after the break.
And Winter Weather Week in Ohio is you're going to see some snow. More on that when Newswatch returns. In the meantime, you can check us out on social media. You can find us at YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
0 and infinity. Mind-bending ideas. Discover how these concepts revolutionized mathematics.
The simplest ideas end up the most influential, the most profound.
Whoa! It's the story of nothing.
Who knew you could learn so much from pizza?
And everything.
It's all one big principle.
0 to infinity on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Very, very cool.
On Finding Your Roots, Regina King
Pain is inherited, as well as joy.
and Damon Lindelof.
My identity as an American is ever evolving.
Old family wounds
Do you think trauma like that is passed down?
felt for generations.
Where we came from is an essential part of solving life's mystery.
I don't know what I expected. This is pretty fantastic.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
If you ask people, where does America start? They'll say it starts in Plymouth Rock.
There's more to the story than the story we all know.
They were a very small group of very extreme people.
They weren't the people that you would expect to be founding a new colony. There's a sense that they came to America in search of religious freedom. They didn't.
The Pilgrims on American Experience.
Thursday at 9 on WOUB.
Ever wondered what happened to Roadshow's favorite treasures after our cameras left town?
I had no idea that it could be worth anything like that.
Thank you.
It shocked all of us.
I just, to this day, I can't really comprehend that much money for a screen.
When we first saw you, my heart started going like this.
Sold.
Find out in Antiques Roadshow's 500th episode special, Extraordinary Finds.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
Welcome back, Southeastern Ohio Newswatch forecaster Jacob Van Cleve. Athens, you did see those temperatures rise up to 40 degrees today, which is quite chilly with a low of 28 degrees tonight. Now, you do see 20% chances of snow showers, and that's important to mention because we do have a little bit of snow in our region. That little purple is indicating like a slush wintry mix. Now, what's important to note is that it's a little too warm for any true accumulation on the ground, so we won't see too much snow as we carry in tomorrow. Now, before we get to tomorrow, Athens tonight, you'll notice the temperatures are dropping to 28 degrees. That accumulation does go up a little bit in 30% for chance to show showers, but it's nothing too important. You won't see much on the ground, especially as we carry that into our morning tomorrow. Now, I wanted to blow up the radar because you can see what's kind of going on and what's going to be driving our weather for the next couple days. There is a dip in temperatures throughout the week, and that's kind of associated with this low pressure system that's sitting over Chicago and Lake Michigan. It's going to work its way on northeastward. Now, you'll notice tomorrow that pressure system, like I mentioned, is going to push on eastward or northeastward. So you have that cold front there that's going to have those cold winds that are going to funnel through and then bring us into our region now for tomorrow. Now, Athens, tomorrow you'll notice those temperatures are going to be cooler with a high of 38, low of 23. So that's roughly when that cold front is going to get closer to us and drop those temperatures even cooler with mostly cloudy skies. Now, you notice Friday, you'll see all that snow chance is up towards Lake Erie and the Great Lakes itself. We'll see mostly clear air just because of that high pressure system that's going to sit in the region. But for the most part, no snow accumulations, and we'll see that our weekend's going to be quite chilly, but then warm up as we reach to our 7-day outlook. Now, you do notice those temperatures do jump up Monday with a high of 43. Still chilly, so do keep those jackets out and be prepared as this is winter week and we have winter weather coming our way. That's all I have for full weather. Back to you at the desk, Brianna.
Thank you, Jacob. Record inflation is being felt deep in the wallets of Americans, but are we beginning to see signs of peaking ahead of this holiday season? Isabel Rosales has the latest.
Is inflation slowing down in the U.S.? One retail analyst says.
Absolutely. So starting to see that inflation number come down in the most recent report, and we at Morning Consult are seeing indicators that inflation is continuing to drop based on some of the consumer behaviors relevant to inflation.
U.S. retail sales were up a little over 1% from September to October. Despite this, Thanksgiving dinner will cost a whopping 20% more this year because of inflation. And Black Friday deals may not be how you remember them from years past.
I'm actually expecting softer sales on Black Friday this year because I don't know if you've been online shopping lately, but it's already Black Friday all over e-commerce right now. I've been seeing Black Friday language in promotions since October. So we sort of have to ask, what is Black Friday anymore anyway?
Stocks opened lower Wednesday after Target sent out a warning of a weak holiday season when its profits plunged 52% in the third quarter. Disney is now planning on hiking theme park ticket prices for a second time this year and is reportedly freezing hiring and cutting jobs after missing Wall Street estimates for quarterly earnings. And Amazon has begun layoffs after multiple reports the e-commerce giant planned to cut around 10,000 employees this week. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
This week is Global Entrepreneurship Week, and the College of Business at Ohio University is celebrating with a variety of events to showcase and promote local entrepreneurship. I attended the event to check out what was for sale. More than 20 different vendors, visitors could browse numerous products and services, including crochets, jewelry, and various artworks. Shane Anglin is a ceramic artist who focuses on creating usable pottery, such as vases, bowls, and mugs.
I started shining on pottery just within the last year. I've always been a hobbyist, so I decided to give it a go and see if my hobby will pan out and pay for itself.
Anglin says he began this hobby last year and is hoping his interest will create a name for himself. Chloe Good feels the same way as she started up her own photography business. Good says this started out just as nature photography, and then she shifted her market toward underclassmen who were looking for early senior photo sessions and added a twist.
There's something really nice about just having a Polaroid, and you look at it and you feel something.
But for some, Startup Market isn't about selling stuff, but an opportunity to test out an idea.
This is a really low stakes, no risk opportunity for students who are making stickers or running their small businesses, or even just experimenting with an idea and are wondering, is there a market for this? Are people interested in it?
Organizers say the goal of the event is to inspire small businesses and entrepreneurship throughout the area. The Center for Entrepreneurship's mission is to prepare every Ohio University student, graduate, and partner with an entrepreneurial mindset and skills. Their goal is to help prepare students for whatever path they take in the business world. Geyer says this is the first year the Center for Entrepreneurship has put on this event, and she's excited to see the skill set of everyone involved and the success this year brings in for future events.
Just a way to kind of celebrate and promote entrepreneurship and small business in southeastern Ohio.
Geyer also says the Center for Entrepreneurship is open to putting on more events like this if there is piqued interest.
Kind of in sports, the Bobcats have increased their win streak to 6 wins. These stories and more when we return from the break.
0 and infinity. Mind-bending ideas. Discover how these concepts revolutionized mathematics.
The simplest ideas end up the most influential, the most profound.
Whoa! It's the story of nothing.
Who knew you could learn so much from pizza?
And everything.
It's all one big principle.
0 to infinity on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Very, very cool.
On Finding Your Roots, Regina King.
Pain is inherited, as well as joy.
And Damon Lindelof.
My identity as an American is ever evolving.
Old family wounds.
Do you think trauma like that is passed down?
Felt for generations.
Where we came from is an essential part of solving life's mystery.
I don't know what I expected. This is pretty fantastic.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
I'm cutting my own way through my own day.
Meet American Masters singer, songwriter, actor, and activist Buffy St. Marie, who has inspired us for decades.
Her songs encapsulate all of time, speaking now and sending it into the future.
Enjoy seeing Buffy St. Marie carry it on.
What else?
Only on American Masters.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
WOUB is recognizing members of our Cornerstone Society. The Cornerstone Society is a group that wants to ensure the future of public media in our region. It includes people across our area who value news, entertainment, and cultural programming, as well as the educational services WOUB provides. Also included are graduates of Ohio University who took part in the WOUB Student Professional Development Program. Thanks to the Cornerstone Society for their generous support. To learn how you can be involved, email woub@woub.org.
Welcome back. I'm Peyton Brooker. The Ohio Bobcats football team have now brought their win streak to 6. The Bobcats kept the Cardinals under control with a 32-18 victory last night. However, quarterback Curtis Rourke had suffered a knee injury that took him out of the game in the first half. Head coach Tim Allen gave it an update on his condition.
Right now, I think it's going to be an eval tomorrow. Check the swelling in it. He's able to put weight on it. I think you guys saw him. You said the brace and the ice. So we've got our fingers crossed. But Curtis is a strong young man. He's been through a lot. He's got a wonderful family. And I know we'll get through this.
The Bobcats return home next Tuesday again at Payton Stadium at 7 o'clock. On the hardwood, one Bobcat is battling an injury of his own. Dwight Wilson III is returning to the Convo after a season-ending ACL tear at in 2021. News reporter Darius Setna has the opportunity to chat with Wilson, returning to the team a season ago.
You know, it was a long process. You know, I'll say, you know, my process, you know, my off season was a lot longer than most people would. You know, my off season started, you know, pretty much in November. So, you know, I had a lot longer to not only work on things off the court, but off the court, you know, as far as, you know, everything I had to do, you know, spiritually and everything in my walk with God and everything, and also making sure that I wanted to not only come back, but come back and make a statement.
And Dwight, the team really that's around you has really changed. The last year, you guys like Mark Sears, Ben Vanderplas, Jason Carter. Now you have 9 new players on the team. 6 of them are freshmen. How does it feel to now be like kind of one of the elder statesmen on the team? And has Coach Bowles kind of talked about you stepping up as more of a leadership role with this new group?
It's kind of crazy. You know, JC was getting all the grandpa jokes, and now, you know, that's me now. So that's kind of funny how that works out. But yeah, you know, after the season, you know, Bowles told me, you know, you're going to have to be the leader of this team. You're going to have to, you know, help everybody along with Miles and B-Rod. And he said, it's particularly us 3 have to, you know, pretty much revamp the culture. You know, they pretty much, you know, told us that, you know, we're starting from the ground up and we're not accepting nothing less than a championship, you know. So, and he's like, you guys can't be just the coaches. This has to be player-led, and, you know, everybody on this team, even the freshmen, you know, want to win. I think for now, I'm just going to enjoy every moment, every day with my teammates and my coaches, and, you know, have as much fun as I can in my last year.
For the Ohio Reds basketball team, they'll be on the road tonight as they take on the Detroit Mercy Titans. The Bobcats come into this game after a home win against the Cleveland State, where Dwight Wilson put up 14 rebounds. After this game, the Bobcats will remain in the state for Sunday to take on the Michigan Wolverines, who are currently ranked 20th in the country. And for them, it's going to be a tough road for the Ohio Bobcats for these next 2 games.
I'm definitely going to have to make a point to see a game this year. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn it on for sure. All right, so we're going to toss it over to Jake for our final weather.
Yeah, guys, so the main thing to look at is currently Athens. You do see these showers in our region here. The main concern is temperatures. You'll notice here in Athens, temperatures themselves are going to be about 32 degrees, so there is that chance for snow on the ground. Now, your accumulation itself will be low since temperatures are warm, and we aren't expecting much more rain beyond this. Now, as we move through Athens tonight, you will see those temperatures are going to drop down 28 degrees. So there is still a risk for some cold snow or even ice on the roads. Just be prepared for that. You'll notice Athens tomorrow, high of 38, low of 23 with mostly cloudy skies. But then you'll have those chilly conditions as the week continues with a slight warming near the end of our 7-day.
Thank you, Jacob. Finally tonight, First Lady Kathy Justice unveils her official 2022 limited edition Christmas ornament. This year's ornament was designed by Charleston stained glass artist Amanda Buckner. The 2022 ornament features Governor Jim Justice and the First Lady's beloved pet, Baby Dog. The ornament was created using a white opalescent glass base, crushed glass in 4 colors, along with hand-cut glass eyes, nose, and a red tongue. The ornament is finished with a red velvet ribbon for hanging and a wooden bone-shaped tag made by West Virginia artisan Sam Laxton with a special Christmas greeting from Baby Dog. The limited number of 500 ornaments are priced at $33 each.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For all of us here at Newswatch, I'm Taylor Mondragon.
And I'm Brenna Nye. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org or follow us on social media. Have a great night. And we're going to take a look at Athens now. Enjoy. Have a great night.
Support comes from Explore Hocking Hills, featuring the serenity of Ohio's hockey.